Maybe you could do 10 a month. Fantastic. And we'll send you both DVDs. An hour with Michael Moore talking about President Trump, talking about this election season, and an hour with the 4 women Congress members who have broken every ceiling there is. 713-526-5738. Please call. Please fill the phone lines.
Amy?
Please let us know that Democracy Now! Matters to you. Yes, Egberto.
We have a very, very generous contribution from Michaelas Gedutis. Thank you so kindly for that most generous contribution. And folks, please keep calling us at 713-526-5738. This is, as Amy is saying, the last day of our fund drive. So we will be right back to regular programming. But realize what we've done during these programmings. We have given you programs at the same time that we're pitching. We have Amy Goodman giving us some great snippets of interviews that they've done both at Howard University and elsewhere with the squad and others. 713-526-5738.
713-526-5738. Again, for tickets to the March 21st, Saturday night, 50th anniversary event. Now, I think when you call the call center, you have to say, for the talk by Amy Goodman. I don't like to say my own name, but I think to be clear, so you don't waste any time when you call the call center, that's what you have to say. So a ticket is $50 for one, $90 for two for the March 21st event for celebrating KPFT. If you want to come to the pre-event where we eat together, where I sign your books, we talk, we get to know each other before the big talk. And then you get, of course, the tickets to the talk, as that's included, is $500 for 2 tickets, or I guess $250 for one. I don't know how it works, but $500 for 2 tickets, 2 books, the meet and greet beforehand. Of course, that amount of money is going to support KPFT. Please come out. I can't wait to greet you. Bring partners, daughters, sons, aunts, uncles. Now, if you want to come to New York, we're really hanging out, right? You come to the set, you watch the broadcast live. I do this once or twice, sometimes 3 times a week, hosting KPFT or KPFA or KPFK or WBAI listeners. I so enjoy it. I am so honored. I am so changed by it each time. I get to really meet you. Or if you come back, I get to greet you wholeheartedly as family. You watch the broadcast live. You meet the guests in studio. You meet the amazing team that makes Democracy Now! Happen. And then I personally host you for dinner. We go out to a wonderful restaurant, great food, but better is the food for thought, that life journey conversation we have with you and your guest, where you were born, where you grew up, what you're doing now, what you'd like to be doing, your thoughts on the world. Please call 713-526-5738, 713-526-KPFT. Your call makes a difference. That dinner and a show, you don't have to know when you can do it. Just get your name in the reservation book. Today is the last day. Pledge $2,000. I know that's a lot. It is a tax-deductible charitable contribution. Maybe you live in Spring, maybe you live in Hockley, maybe you live in Huntsville, maybe you live in Egypt or Cairo, Texas, maybe you live in College Station, maybe you live in Sugar Land, the Woodlands, Pearland, perhaps Pasadena or Galveston, Alvin, Rosenberg, or Richmond. We urge you to call. If you live in Montrose, you can come on over to the station and just make your contribution, or you can still call, or you can go online. KPFT.org, and you could get that dinner and a show, and then we'll email you and work out the details. Don't worry, you're not calling in and saying, I can't decide what night I can go. You just make the reservation, and then we'll email you from Democracy Now! And say, when would you like to come to New York? And I can't wait to see you when you get here. I love to sing people happy birthday. 713-526-5738. There's one restaurant that where the waiters and waitresses come out and they hit a gong when we sing happy birthday. It's really beautiful. But anyway, please call right now, 713-526-5738, or get the interview with AOC, with Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Pressley for $75. It's a historic, exclusive interview. Nermeen Sheikh interviewing the squad at Howard University last week, and you get the whole event. That's yours for $75 or $625 a month. You could do it monthly, or $625 for the Michael Moore interview. That's in studio. Nermeen and I speak to him in studio, and you get to see our studio in New York. We're in the Chelsea neighborhood of Manhattan. $120 for both. That's $10 a month, both DVDs. But speaking of seeing the studio, why not come here? Come to New York. It's no expenses paid for dinner and a show to come to New York. But when you get here, we treat you royally. You sit on the set, you kick back, you have freshly baked bagels, organic shade-grown coffee.
New York bagels.
That's right. The best. I know, and you can bring some Houston bagels and we can compare. But 713-526-5738. Please make that call. Make it now. Make it possible for KPFT to happen. Let's break a record today, even in the first half hour, because then you set the tone for the next fundraising drive that we don't have to fundraise as much, that in a short period of time, there will be a burst of support and we can bring you what you most depend on. And that is concentrated information. I mean, think about the programming we just brought you. Hearing Henry Davis Jr. from South Bend, the city council member. Hearing Benjamin Dixon speaking from Atlanta about Mayor Bloomberg's record when it comes to stop and frisk. You understand in New York what the model was for years, and I'm speaking to you from New York. 5 million stops and frisks, massive protests in New York. Thousands of people would go out and protest right at Mayor Bloomberg's home. He held on to this to the last minute. I mean, there was a judge that ruled that stop and frisk must end. It is illegal and racial profiling. He viciously attacked the judge and said that it was a dangerous decision. Only now, as he runs for president, and he predicted this. He said, if I run on the Democratic ticket for president, I'll have to do a major apology tour. And so now he's releasing his apologies on every issue. But he served as mayor for 3 terms, 5 million stops. And usually it was a rite of passage for young Black and Latino, most often men, but many young women as well. We urge you to go to the phone, folks. Yes.
Amy, I want to give another thank you. A thank you to Dwight Roach. And let me tell you, thank you so kindly for that contribution. Got one of those tickets to come see you, Amy. Now, let me tell you something. Amy is going to be off in the next few minutes. Let's send Amy off with a bang. Call 713-526-5738. Let her understand that there are a lot of folks that are going to be out there watching or there to listen to some of that food for thought that she's going to provide us. 713-526-5738. We want to do another thank you. Thank you so kindly, Teresa Fashi. Thank you so kindly for your contribution. Amy's only has a few more minutes here this morning. Please let's send her out with a bang on to her next gig at KPFA, I believe. 713-526-5738. Let's get it done. Let's look. She's been working with us every morning for the last, 14 days or so. Folks, let's give some rewards where rewards are due. Folks out here work hard for you. 713-526-5738.
Please make the call that makes a difference. We urge you to call. I've so enjoyed pitching with Egberto. I mean, I can't say that I like to interrupt regular programming for this, but if we have to do it, thank you, Egberto, for relieving the pain a little bit, because it has been a joy. And to be here for KPFT matters so much. KPFT has been on the air for 50 years. Yep, came in with a bang, 2 of them, but has been on the air for 50 years. It's an enormous accomplishment. People-powered radio, corporate-free radio, in the midst of the Petro Metro, right, Houston?
Yes.
You have a station that's not brought to you by the oil, the gas, the coal companies, that's not brought to you by the weapons manufacturers or the insurance industry, so that when you have elections, these networks go. Do you know that I was watching MSNBC very early this morning, and they asked, what's the big, they go to their magic board, and they said to one of their hosts, what's the big story out of New Hampshire? He immediately the first words out of his mouth were Amy Klobuchar.
Oh, my God.
He goes to number 3. He barely mentions Bernie Sanders' name. If you weren't fully aware of what happened, you would absolutely think Amy Klobuchar won. Now, she did surprise people. She came in 3rd. That's a significant accomplishment. But that's all he talked about.
But she came in 3rd because they willed it that way. They willed it after the debate.
Well, because they've been talking about that nonstop. They'll say Bernie Sanders flatlined at number 1.
Yes.
Flatlined at number 1. But let's tell you about the Amy surge. Now, I think it's really important to understand this bias. What does Bernie Sanders take on? He takes on corporate malfeasance. He takes on economic inequality. He takes on the insurance industry. In New Hampshire, healthcare is the number 1 issue. They don't want to see this man talking about Medicare for all. And the way they deal with it is just, they don't even take it on anymore. They just don't talk about it.
Right.
Folks, we talk about all the candidates. We urge you to go to the phone. I'm going to have to leave. We urge you to call right now, 713-526-5738. It's not about who you support. It's about you getting free and open information and not let it be corporate determined. And then you can make up your own mind. That's what KPFT is about. Please call. Folks, if you want the DVD of AOC, Ayanna Pressley, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, it's yours for $75. If you want the Michael Moore DVD, it's yours for $75. If you want Rashid Khalidi's amazing book on the 100-year war in Palestine, you know, Mahmoud Abbas just spoke before the UN Security Council yesterday. You can ask for that too. But call in this last day if you want to come to New York and watch the broadcast live. I'll host you here. I'll have a continental breakfast on the set as you watch the broadcast. Then I take you out to dinner or lunch, brunch, whatever works into your schedule. You and your guest, we have a wonderful time. It's a $2,000 tax-deductible charitable contribution. Please call 713-526-5738, 713-526-KPFT, $2,000 tax-deductible charitable contribution for dinner and a show in New York, or come out to the March 21st event, the Meet, Greet, and Eat. I'll sign your books. We'll have a wonderful time, $500 for 2 people at 5:30 at St. Andrew's Church, March 21st. Or come for the 7 o'clock talk. Just ask when you call for the talk with Amy Goodman at 7 o'clock. And that's $50 for a ticket, $90 for 2 tickets. I can't wait to see you there to celebrate KPFT. That's in Houston. Please call now, 713-526-5738. It really matters that you call. Please make the call that makes the difference. It means so much. I'm going to be calling Egberto in a little while, ask how we did today. I hope we broke every record for KPFT in its golden year, in its 50th anniversary. I want to celebrate with you, and I'll see you on March 21st. Or come up here and we'll really hang up. Come to New York. We'll really hang out.
Amy, look, it's my pleasure to have pitched with you for KPFT. I want to thank you so kindly for all that you do.
Thank you so much, Egberto. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, KPFT. We're celebrating on March 21st. Come one, come all. Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful day. All right, folks, look, we have another half hour to go here, but you know what I'm going to do? I am not going to bore you completely with 713-526-5738. I'm going to first ask you to make a call right now to 713-526-5738. I want to give a big thank you to 2 more people. Jonathan Ray, thank you so kindly. Pair those tickets. You're going to have fun listening to Amy Goodman out there. And I want to a big thank you to Carl Ellis as well. Muchísimas gracias por la donación. Thank you so kindly for the donation. Now, 713, we need a whole lot more of this to continue, my brothers and my sisters. But I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you why KPFT is important, and I'm going to tell you a story with providing you some knowledge, providing us all knowledge about what we are facing, the system that we are facing. Call 713-526-5738. 5738. I'm going to say the number one more time, then I'm going to take 5 minutes to tell you a story. 713-526-5738. You know, around here at KPFT, we have wonderful volunteers working. We have wonderful people doing a whole lot of stuff. And in our studio this morning, there's Corey and there's Dakota. And, you know, we sat, while some of the programs are playing, we sit down and have conversations. I mean, we sit down and have great conversation, because one of the things that we like to do around everybody is to sit down and talk and say, let's learn together. And one of the things that we started to go through is how our economy currently work. And what I try to tell folks all of the times is we are lied to every day. You know, in coming in, I live in Kingwood, coming in about 40 miles into KPFT, somewhere around there, every morning for this fund drive. And, you know, I see Americans, good Americans, clogging the freeways every morning. They're coming in. Every morning, they have a schedule. They get up at 5 in the morning. They have to be at work. And you know what? They work and they get the best pay that they can. And then they go back home, and then they do the things that they have to do. And every day, it's the same thing. People talk about opportunity. But to have opportunity, you have to have the time, the wherewithal to be able to do it. You have to have the social constructs within a society that allows you, if you want to form a company, that your kids can be reared, that your kids can have a place to go. If you want to form a company and you don't want to be enslaved by a corporation, you have to be able to have health care. If you want to form a corp, if you want to live healthy and you don't want to live in some place that can get you sick, you have to live in a state, in a place where folks take the environment seriously. Those are things that we need. Those are things that we want. Those are things that we ask for. Those are things that a few candidates are offering. Those are the things that those in power are resistant to give you, unless you're informed to understand that right now you are being lied to. You're being lied to in telling you that you can be as much as you want to be, whatever you want to be. You can be whatever you want to be. I was speaking to Dakota earlier, and I told Dakota, hey, Dakota, you have a lot of good rappers here in Houston. Right, Dakota? We're talking. A lot of good rappers in Houston.
Absolutely.
These are people that if they lived their life, if they were able to really turn their craft into being successful in living, they could do it. But the fallacy in this country is that we are a meritocracy. If you are good at what you do, you can be successful at what you do, and you can make whatever money you need to make in your system to survive. It's a lie. Because in America, we don't have a meritocracy. I had a software company that was successful, and I thought at one time I had a big head. I was good at what I did. But you know what I learned? The reason I left it eventually, you know what I learned? I learned that even when under circumstances, you still have to be chosen. And that's what I was talking to Dakota about today. I said, Dakota, I go to whenever I go to my wife's church, I hear great singers. A lot of singers that are better than those that you hear on the radio. But you know what, Dakota?
What's that?
They were not chosen. If it were a meritocracy, they would be able to use their craft to be able to sustain themselves.
Right.
So what we're talking about that's needed in America is an entire and a complete transformation of an economy that really is a free enterprise economy that makes a difference to you. That is what is necessary, and everything that the corporatocracy is doing. You watch MSNBC, as Amy Goodman was talking to us about yesterday. Everything was placed against Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren because you cannot have a system where everybody really has equal access to success. We have to be in a system for those 1% to be able to maintain their power, to understand that we only let you in when we decide that you will be the chosen one. And the problem is too many of those that become the chosen one believe the chosen one meant that they were that good. They were that much better than everybody else. It's not true. I felt that way until I self-examined and realized, you know what? There are a hell of a lot of cats out there that can do exactly what I can do. I was just the chosen one. And when you humble yourself to a reality of you being lucky to be chosen, but most aren't, if you are a true and a fair person, you know what you tell yourself? I can't really live that way. I have to make sure to make everybody be meritorious who deserve to be meritorious. And that is what KPFT and stations independent media does. Or do. In the media is a plural. Independent media do. We ensure that real information and the crap that you hear on mainstream media that maintain our antiseptic slavery from being maintained. When I watch everybody on that freeway as I come into KPFT in the mornings, everybody at 5 o'clock are on the highways getting ready to go and get a salary. And then go back home and it's like, oh, I'm employed by, who do you identify with? Oh, I work for Exxon. Oh, I work for Shell. Oh, I work for this. And you know, a lot of folks do that. And some of the executives make great money, and that is they're the guardians of the gate. I was talking to Dakota about the gatekeepers. You know, you have those gatekeepers that everybody aspire to be because they think that sometime they will be gatekeeper too. But no, there are not enough spaces in the 1% for most. There is a way to organize society where it is really a meritorious society, an equitable society, a fair society. It isn't what we have right now. When Elizabeth talked about accountable capitalism, she's talking no different than when Bernie Sanders talked about democratic socialism. In effect, they're using terminologies for a successful everybody who wants to be. Don't use terms anymore. We are looking for a free enterprise system where everybody has free access to success if they want to, where everybody has the tools necessary to be successful if they want to. And what we are here at KPFT to do in public, and what we are here in independent media to do is to enlighten you and tell you how things really work, how to get the truth, and how then, by understanding these things, we can make intelligent choices at the ballot box so that we support people that support us all and not just a few, as they fool the rest, as they lie to the rest, as they disempower the rest. Folks, nobody here wants your life to be worse off than you are right now. That's the first thing you got to get out of your head. You know, they demonize it. Let me first give a few thank yous. Joe Ortega, muchísimas gracias. Thank you so kindly for your most kind contribution. As well as Gary Keeney, thank you so kindly for your most kind contribution. So, folks, here's the deal. We are here at Independent Media to attempt to enlighten the body politic, everybody, all those of us that are listening to us and all those that are going to listen to us as you share what we do with others. As you tell other people, you know, there's a station called KPFT 90.1 in Houston that you should listen to because you know what? They're owned by nobody but us. And they're telling us the truth. And you don't only have to listen to it on air. You can go to kpft.org or you can go to any website that shares them. You can do that. You can do that. What I'm trying to tell you folks is this. Let's get real. Let's get real. I want to give a thank you again. Another thank you to, another one from Gary Keane. Thank you so kindly again for that new contribution, sir. Let me tell you folks, 713-526-5738. For those of you who are watching it on Facebook or YouTube, it's on the screen, 713-526-5738. Let's get busy, folks. Let's keep the KPFTs of the world alive. Let's keep all stations alive that are out there, not just giving you a whole lot of junk to continue to program you into some form in some way of conforming. We want to give food for thought. We want to ensure, and everybody here, their sole purpose of being here is to do good. You know what doctors say, do no harm?
Mm-hmm.
We're not here to do harm. A lot of folks would want to make you believe that folks who talk like this are here to do harm. That's not our job. What's the purpose in doing harm? Another thing I was talking to Dakota about today, we're talking about self-governing. Mm-hmm. We are going to have to govern ourselves.
Self-accountability.
Exactly. And what I was telling Dakota is, let's make sure and do that. But let's not fall into the same parlance as the way it is right now. Let's not make the mistake that our current government is making. Let's not make the mistake that a lot of folks make. Let's make sure that when we talk about self-governance, when we create our cooperatives, when we create all these things, that we make sure and that it's all inclusive. Let's make sure that the barrios, the ghettos, and Appalachia are a part of it. Every single culture, let's make sure that we put our minds together, because you know what? When we talk about racism, when we talk about all those isms, right? They're not real. They're real, but their purpose is to divide. And you hear that divide and conquer all of the time. But I'm telling you, if you are so worried about how some people look, why you're not association, you're not working on the problem. But you know what's so funny about it? I want you to, all who are listening to me, think about it. Whatever race you are, whatever. Think about when you're interacting with somebody else, right? From a different culture, different race or whatever, on a one-on-one basis. Hey, it's all cool. You're having fun. You're enjoying yourself. All is good. All is good, right? So what make you believe then, if when you're interacting one-on-one with people, that isn't the same in the aggregate? But that's not what Donald Trump, that's not what some folks in both parties would like you to believe, right? They'd like you to believe that it's war. It's war. One group wants to take advantage of another group. One group is taking more from the other. All that crap, it's there to have you fighting among each other, so that those people that are picking your pocket, as former President Johnson said, I can pick his pocket because he's worried about something else. 713-526-5738. Folks, what we are here to do is to make a difference. And like hell, that's what we are going to do. But we need you. 713-526-5738. Many a times, you don't hear this stuff on the radio. You know why? Because it ain't, the people, first of all, nobody is going, no commercial, no corporation, no ad is going to support us telling you that you can be as you want to be and that you can be meritorious. In other words, if you merit something, you get it. Thank you so kindly, David DiMaggio. Thank you so kindly for your most kind contribution. Don't let anybody fool you, folks. What we're talking about, the reason why you don't have a lot of other good people talking about this on news media and elsewhere, isn't that they don't want to tell you that. I know so many good people in the mainstream media, but they can't tell you these things. They simply cannot tell you these things. They cannot. Catherine Carlson, thank you so kindly for your kind contribution. Folks, this is your station. If you really want to be informed, if you really want a place that isn't filtered through a corporation who can only have you know what is enough so that we can take more from you, then these are the places you want to listen to. This is the kind of station you want to share. This is the kind of station you want to tell others about. This is a station you want to tell people, become a member of these stations. It's imperative. We don't have nobody is coming to save us. Nobody. A lot of people are waiting for that next savior. They thought Barack Obama was our savior. Barack Obama was a good man. Eventually, though, he had to be partially absorbed. And it constantly happens because, the The one thing we have to remember is that politicians are vessels. And vessels are some things that are filled. You fill vessels. And whatever that vessel is filled with is what can be poured out of it. We have to fill the vessels with the right type of intellect. We have to fill the vessels with the right kind of information. And you have to be the conduit of that information that's filling that vessel. We at KPFT can only be your conduit if you invest in that conduit. So that's why I most humbly ask you to call 713-526-5738. Let me tell you something else. This is Egberto Willis with Politics Done Right. So I'm having Politics Done Right in the morning. Usually we do this at 3 o'clock in the afternoons. But today I was here to pitch with Amy Goodman. And when Naboo said, we have something else we can play if you want to, I said, Naboo, if it's okay, I really want to talk to our audience. And the reason I want to talk to our audience is I want to implore on you the reason why we are here, the reason why we must be here, the reason we must stay here. You know how important something is when all the folk in this place, how much they give up to be doing this kind of work. A lot of people say this is thankless work. This is not thankless work. This is rewarding work. When I leave here, I leave with a jump, a hop, and a skip because I got a chance to talk to you, because I got a chance to put out there to thousands of people information that I know thousands of people need. That is rewarding. Everybody here, Dakota, Corey, Naboo, Rourke, Susan, everybody in this studio this morning, I can guarantee you one thing. They're not doing it just out of the love of the station. They're doing it out of the love for wanting things to be right. Wanting everybody to have equal access to success. That's the name of the game. If you want to be a part of that, you should want to be a part of that. Give us a call. 713-526-5738. I kind of went slow, Dakota, because people always tell me I talk kind of fast, so I kind of slowed it down a bit.
Yeah, there's a line that Lil Wayne said. He said, "I'm not talking fast, you just listening slow."
That is funny. I never heard that one. How the hell do you listen slow? Oh, well, I guess. 713-526-5738. Folks, give us a call. 713. And maybe I'm listening slow. Hell, man. 713-526-5738. Give us a call, folks. It is essential. But, what we do here is important work. It's rewarding work. And when you give, I guarantee you will feel that reward as well. You would have known that station, 90.1 KPFT, 90.1 FM Houston, that you played a part in a station that talks to thousands of not only Houstonians, not only Southeast Texans, but thousands not only around the country, but around the world. Would you believe how many streams we get from the UK, from France, from all these different places? We get these streams going as well. And you know who's responsible for that? You are. 713-526-5738. We have about 7 more minutes before Wide Open Spaces with Brother Rourke's going to start. So why don't you kind of fill us up with some finishing touches here on this morning part of our show where we're really trying to make up for what we haven't done thus far. 713-526-5738. Many of you I know, you want to provide, you want to subscribe, you want to give, you want to get something. And by the way, you heard some of the stuff that I talked about, the economics, right? I'm going to just pitch my book right here in this hour because it's something relevant to what I've said. There's a book you can go ahead and just tell the folks when you call to the call center for $100 contribution. you can get As I See It, Class Warfare, the Only Resort to Right-Wing Doom. That's my book, Egberto Willies. Go ahead and just call the call center, 713-526-5738. I guarantee you that in very simple terms, you learn everything about how our economy works, healthcare, and why we need to do the things that we need to do. 713-526-5738. We only have about 6 minutes or maybe 5 minutes left. I know you can do it. We were on a roll a few minutes ago. I'd love to start a quick roll right now before I head back on the road to Kingwood to prepare for Politics Done Right Daily. So, folks, give me a call. 713-526-5738. Let's all make a difference. Let's all decide that we are all going to be the chosen one. 713-526-5738. By the way, if you have questions, right? You hear me talk sometimes a lot of controversial politics, a lot of things that sometimes go against what you may have learned for a whole long time. You know, the good old Chicago boys who believe in supply side economics from Milton Friedman and all of those, they came out with a lot of theories that didn't work, and they tested all those theories in South America and Malaysia and all those places, right? The Chicago boys messed up a whole lot of economies around the world. Look, give me a call, 713-526-5738. And if you have specific questions you have, like, Egberto, I heard you say that and I don't like what you said. I want to talk to you, but I didn't get time to listen to you at 3 o'clock in the afternoons. Drop me a line, info@politicsdoneright.com. info@politicsdoneright.com. Ask me anything. I'll be more than happy to entertain a conversation. 713-526-5738. We can do this, folks. We can get a few more. Let's get a few more in. 713-526-5738. Make our day. Let's make our day. It's not going to be the other person. It now has to be you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You're thinking like, I want to give, but give, please. We need it. And America needs it. Texas needs it. Houston needs it. Harris County needs it. And you can be a part of helping us enlighten us all. 713-526-5738. One more time. 713-526-5738. Okay, hold up that phone now. Pick up that phone. Hold that phone in your hands right now. I'm going to call the numbers, and as I call it, that way you don't have to remember it. I'm going to call it one at a time. 713-526-5738. Give us whatever you can, whatever you have the ability to provide, to KPFT 90.1 FM Houston, 713-526-5738. Folks, I'm going to be getting out of here pretty soon. I want to thank all of you. Let me just go through. I want to thank Catherine. I want to thank David, Gary, Joe, Gary, Carl, Jonathan, Teresa, Dwight, Minolas, William, Angela, Stephen, Nancy, and a few others. I want to thank all you guys, but we need to triple that. We need to quadruple that, because we haven't gotten to, I guess, not even 50% of our expected goal. Because again, look, you know what we understand, folks? The other side has the right wing to support them. Unfettered access to capital, to money, because the corporations want to keep you uninformed. They don't give folks like those that are telling this kind of stories, this kind of truths, monies. We depend on you to be able to tell the truth. Only you can ensure that you and those you love get the truth. I've got about 30 seconds left, so let's see if more are going to come in. 713-526-5738. I would love to thank some folks right now. So give me a call real quick so I can thank you on air. I love doing that. I love folks to know who you are, like the several dozens that just provided. Let's go ahead and get some more. 713-526-5738. Una vez más lo voy a hacer. 713-526-5738. Si estás escuchando mi voz a esta hora de la mañana, estoy seguro que te encanta la programación que damos aquí en KPFT 90.1 FM. Llámanos al 713-526-5738. Nosotros vamos a terminar en los próximos segundos, próximos un minuto por ahí. Así que queremos que llamen ahora 713-526-5738. Folks, I'm going to be out in 24 seconds. Let me tell you, it was a pleasure doing the fund drive. It was not great getting up at 5 every morning to get out here, but you know what? This has to get done. My name is Egberto Willies. This is KPFT 90.1 FM. Thank you so kindly for being with us. And you know what? We are out of here.
I am the voice of Pacifica Radio.
أنا صوت راديو باسيفيكا على KPFT 90.1 FM في هيوستن.
Unasikiza 90.1 FM KPFT.